talk a little bit about some of the proposals that President Biden is talking about, things that he would like to do. And some of these proposals, they're on his list. Some of them might be on the House's, the Democrats in the House, they have kind of their list, their wish list, if you will. The senators do. So this is kind of a partial listing of what they want to do. So, and how it affects, by the way, the average person. Now, of course they do, I didn't write this down, they do want to increase the tax brackets for people making over $400,000, and well, fine, let them do it, whatever. But these are 4 different things they're talking about that could certainly affect you personally. So first, step up in basis. I'm going to describe what step up in basis is and how it's going to affect you in a minute, but essentially what they want to do, they want to get rid of it. And that can affect you, and I'm going to show you how. Next, 1031 exchanges. For those of you who invest in real estate. So there's a lot of people, they buy rental homes, and the idea is they hold those rental homes for a while. They sell them for a gain, but they don't want to pay tax on the gain. So what they'll do is they'll use something called Internal Revenue Code 1031. And what that allows those people to do is transfer that gain into a new property. So sell a house for a profit, buy a different house, and that way they defer the capital gains tax. And again, boom, they really want to get rid of that one. That's something that they really want to get rid of. Next, capital gains. Right now, capital gains are basically 15%, and they could go as high as, I think it's 23.8% with some different with different penalties and such if they're really, really big. But somewhere between 15 and 23.8%, I believe the numbers are. Now, they want to increase those capital gains. They want to have those capital gains. I mean, they like to get this up into like 43.4% land, something like that, for large capital gains. So they're looking to increase the tax on capital gains. And then finally, estate taxes. I don't know if you're aware of this, but today, each person, what you can do is you can leave, I think it's 11.7 million. I might be a little bit off, but right around that, 11.7 million to anybody you want after you die. And if you're married, you take that times 2, that's like, wow, 23.4 million or something. I mean, gosh, how many people have that kind of money, right? Anyway, what they're talking about doing, they want to reduce the exemption to like 3 million, 3.5 million. The net effect is for a lot of people, suddenly their kids, your children, are paying estate tax. And those estate tax brackets, they're right around 50% tax, right? So a lot of ways that you can be affected, your children can be affected by these additional taxes. So I told you, I promised you that we talk a little bit about this step up a basis. Like, what is step up a basis and how might that affect you? And you can tell this is my best attempt at drawing a house. I'm clearly no artist, but I can kind of draw boxes. Anyway, what's going on here? Let's imagine this scenario. Let's imagine your parents own a house, and let's imagine they bought that house for $150,000, and they bought it like 25 years ago. And we're going to pretend for this little example that you are an only child. So you're an only child and they die and you get the house. The problem is they bought it for 25 years ago for like $150,000. So today, that same house, when you inherit it, it's worth maybe $550, right? So there, if you do the math, $400,000 of gain. That's what you've got. Now, in the current tax code, you get something called a step up of basis. So what does that mean? That means that when you receive that property, the value that it is at, when you receive it, $550, that's your new basis. And what that means is if you sell it for $550, well, it's like you paid $550 for it. And you sell it for $550, there's no tax at all. None at all. The The same, by the way, holds true if your parents own a stock. If they invested $150,000 in, say, I don't know, ABC stock, Facebook stock, let's use that. They die, it's worth $550. You receive the stock for $550. If you sell it, you don't pay any tax because your basis, or your cost basis is what we're really talking about. Your cost basis is not your parents' cost basis. It's what it was worth when you received it. Now that's pretty nice. But what are they talking about? I said over here, what did they say? I said what? They want to eliminate that. So what does that mean to you? What it means is, let's imagine going back to our house. In this scenario, when you inherit that house, what they want in Washington, D.C. is they want you to pay tax on a $400,000 gain. And by the way, remember, what did we say? They want to increase capital gains from where they are today and increase the rates. So not only do they want you to pay tax on something you don't have to pay tax on now, but they want to increase the rate at which you owe that tax. So you get kind of double whammied. That's what it means to eliminate step up a basis at death. And it also, increasing capital gains rates would impact that as well. So these are some things that they're talking about. Now, which of these are actually going to become law? I don't know. I mean, we don't know. But I can tell you this. Odds are incredibly high that at least a bunch of these are going to become the new law. I mean, they're going to pass some of them because let's be honest, they own the Democrats own the presidency, the Senate, and the House. I mean, they control the whole way through, so they can push through whatever they want. And you know what? If these are the things they want, there's a pretty good chance it's going to happen. So you need to start thinking, how are you going to plan, right? How are you going to plan so that these types of things do not affect or impact you in a significant way? Hey everyone, remember, if you like this show, make sure you click the like button below. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any shows. And for goodness sakes, don't keep us a secret. Share it with all of your friends, relatives, neighbors, and what the heck, even people you don't like. We're going to have a lot of fun.